WorldCoin, WorldCoin, WorldCoin. The new craze in town, where your eye can make you a millionaire. What we call eyeball millionaires. What is WorldCoin? What is all the craze surrounding WorldCoin? Why are people making money and others are claiming they're losing money when it comes to WorldCoin? There's a lot of confusion surrounding WorldCoin. Now, in this YouTube channel, we are going to simplify what WorldCoin is. We'll try and break it down so that you and even your friends can be able to understand what this craze is all about. My name is Ray. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Simply Black Leo. In this channel, we are going to simplify matters technology, nature, travel, and adventure. Let us dive right in. So what is WorldCoin? And what is it about scanning the eyeball for you to be able to be part of WorldCoin? For us to be able to understand what WorldCoin is, who owns it, how it works, and why it has been brought to us, we need to understand a few things in technology. So I'm going to simplify it for you and all your friends around you. The first thing we really need to understand, which I'm going to simplify, is AI, what is popularly known as artificial intelligence. So what is artificial intelligence? In simple terms, artificial intelligence is a program that has been trained to mimic human activities and human behavior. A simple application of artificial intelligence is in what we now call autonomous driving, where cars are being programmed to drive themselves. For example, Tesla and a few manufacturers are employing that. You'll be able to call a taxi to pick your wife or your children from school, take them home, and vice versa, without any physical drivers being in the car. You'll be able to go shopping without having a shopping attendant attend to you. The computer or the system put in the supermarket will be able to scan, identify you, go into your bank account. Anytime you pick an item, it deducts automatically, and by the time you're leaving the supermarket, without the intervention of the teller or any security officers, your shopping will be done. Now, artificial intelligence is being used in several other areas, but to simplify it in this particular YouTube video, I'll leave it at that. Now, the next question that comes about is, how are we getting to train these particular AI systems? For us to be able to train the AI system, we need data. A huge amount of data. Massive amount of data. For you to go into a supermarket or hail a cab, that system needs to identify you, which means you need to give your full names, your location, your address, your telephone number, and also your PIN certificate, or what they call social security number. Now, this information has to be fed into the system to be able to train that artificial intelligence system. That is what we call big data. Most organizations already have the big data. Facebook, we give them our data all the time. Anytime you're downloading applications from either Play Store or from any of those Google platforms, you always allow them to get into your phone. You allow them to get into your contacts. So that is how most of that data is mined. Anytime you create an account in Google, YouTube, Facebook, you give them your data. So that data is used to synthesize and train the AI machines. And that is also how they mine that data, because they need to train the system to be able to do several other activities. As I've told you, we are going to reach a point where most of the activities will be done for us. We'll have news anchors who are not real human beings, giving us news, giving us reports. We'll have a situation where if you feel you're fatigued, you create what you call an avatar to be able to do some of the tasks for you. Some of the movies right now are not being acted by even the real actors. Now, once we have that data and feed it to the AI, most of the machines and the robots will act like human beings. The next thing we need to know, how is this data fed into those systems? You've already mined the data. You have the AI system, but what is the link in between? The link in between is something we call an algorithm. What is an algorithm? Let me simplify it. An algorithm simply is a program that has been designed to execute a certain task repetitively and to learn in the process. So your data that we have talked about, your full names, your telephone number, your location, the contacts of your friends, all that are fed into the system using the code that had been designed, what you call the algorithm. Once that system is trained, now it can be put out there to do some of the tasks that we normally do. For example, anytime nowadays you type, most of the time your phone knows exactly what you're going to type, because the AI system inside your phone has already learned the way you usually type and some of the terminologies you usually use. So AI is here with us to stay. Now, there's a gentleman who opened a company called OpenAI. OpenAI is what we call a game changer in the field of AI. OpenAI was started by a gentleman called Sam Altman, amongst other billionaires. The main purpose was to harvest data, train systems to be able to perform the tasks I've told you about. In the OpenAI, they created a special program called ChatGPT. I think right now we're at ChatGPT 4. If you log into ChatGPT, you can be able to summarize any book you want, any famous book. Let's take The Art of War. Go into ChatGPT, ask it to summarize for you The Art of War in 10 points. It will do it faster than any human being in existence. Ask ChatGPT to summarize for you a book written by, let's say, Barack Obama. It will summarize that book for you in less than a minute. Because what OpenAI was able to do is to gather all the data we had been talking about, feed it into an algorithm, train the system to be able to handle some of those tasks flawlessly. We are reaching a point where even ChatGPT will be able to develop websites. It will be able to write codes for us. It will do some of the things web designers are doing. It will create for us YouTube channels. It will generate for us art. It will even summarize for us and tell us how to bake a cake. Some of the things that we really have to struggle to do nowadays. So AI is here to stay. And ChatGPT, amongst others. We also have Bard by Google, amongst others. They have been trained on those particular data sets to be able to do some of those things I've been telling you about. Now, we're in the new age. And OpenAI are ahead of the game. Now, can I surprise you? Coming back to WorldCoin. You remember the gentleman I've told you owns OpenAI, Sam Altman? He's the same gentleman who owns WorldCoin. Now, if by now you haven't figured out what I'm trying to say, then I don't know how far I can be able to simplify it, but I'll try. We all know something called cryptocurrency. I won't be able to dive much into cryptocurrency at the moment, but we have all heard of something called Bitcoin. Now, WorldCoin is something similar, almost close to Bitcoin. But for them to be able to create a system of transaction around the world in the name of WorldCoin, they needed what we had talked about, big data. And one of the biggest challenges that has been there so far is security. Now, the owner of OpenAI and also the co-owner of WorldCoin figured that to be able to enhance security, there's a feature that is not common to everyone, just like a fingerprint. Even if you get twins, their fingerprints are different. But see, your fingerprint can be chopped off and used somewhere else. The next big thing is the eyeball. That is why WorldCoin created something called the orb, which looks like your eyeball, that will scan your iris or your retina, your pupil and the entire eyeball, and register you specifically and generate a code specific to you, just like a fingerprint. There are no two human beings who share the same eyeball. While doing that, you have to give them your full names, your address, your contacts, your bank account. Now, for them to be able to harvest all this data, they faced some numerous challenges in countries like America. San Francisco, where the mother company is, they could not be able to pick that data and use it because they needed to pay. So the next big thing, they came to Africa and launched it. And a very good example is here in our country, Kenya, where it was launched on 24th, I think of July, that was last month. And hundreds of thousands of Kenyans lined up to freely register into WorldCoin. They had to give their full names and all their credentials, including their eyeballs. And for that, an account was created and each was being paid, I think, $58 or $60, something equivalent to 7,000, 8,000 Kenya shillings, which people are very happy with, not knowing they are giving away their data to go and train the system that is going to be the backbone of running WorldCoin. WorldCoin, eventually, the plan is to make it a world currency, a crypto world currency. And Africa as a continent, we are in excess of, I think, 1.5 billion. I think we are headed towards 2 billion. So with that amount of big data mined from Africa and other willing countries and fed into that system using that algorithm to train that AI system, telling you that company will be one of the wealthiest companies in the world. Once they have that data, they can sell it to whoever they want for whatever purposes. E-commerce, military, social studies, whatever they want. And because you gave that data willingly, you and you and you have no rights to claim anything because they paid you, after all, $60 for your eyeball. Eyeball millionaires. So I hope I've tried the best I can. I don't want to make this YouTube channel so long. I'll be looking forward to your comments. Please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click that bell notification icon so that I can produce more of these videos. We have just started. I'll still do more videos on WorldCoin. I'll still do more videos that you want me to do, maybe on algorithms or OpenAI. I'll also share with you videos on travel and other areas. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And stay tuned to my next video. Subscribe. Out.